Hey, what's going on, y'all? Y'all know who it is, the one and only Knowledge. This video is a response to the Informer. He had did a video response towards me, Man of Vision, and Testizel. And we was all having a debate. I'm not gonna say an argument, but we was having a debate about black women and the type of things we see from them, and how a lot of times you have black men who try to say a whole bunch of negative things towards black women, as if black women are the only ones that are out here doing these things, and there's no other type of woman or a woman of another nationality that contributes to these faults. And I listened to your video, and I know you was asking me, you was saying why do we tend to see these things with black women. Well, first of all, part of it is that, a lot of times that's what we grew up around. Your mothers are black, you have black aunties, you have black grandmothers, you probably have black, friends, and just who we see in school, and, et cetera, et cetera. So we tend to judge one's perspective and judge women, and vice versa. Women judge black men by our little circle. A lot of us don't get out and, we don't experience and, talk to other women from different states or other countries. We just see the women that are around us. So, you might have a mother or, an auntie that's kind of attitude-ish and, kind of feisty. We all know black women tend to be a tad bit more feisty and more, sassier than other races, because it's just within our genes. Just like, I'm not going to say our genes, but it's within our culture. A lot of times black women are brought up to be very independent, be very vocal. They weren't brought up to be hush-hush, shh, I don't want you to say anything. Whereas if you look at a Caucasian woman or an Asian woman, they know how to be more submissive. Now, I'm not saying there's not black women out there that can be submissive, but I'm saying within our culture, they're not taught to be that way. So therefore, you might see, black women that are, a little bit, more attitude-ish, or, sometimes can be a little bit more confrontational. But that's not all black women. And I think when we say that, it really fucks up us as a people, because, we wouldn't like it if, you had some black woman making a video talking about all black men are lazy and, we don't take care of our responsibilities and we don't want to work and we don't want to do this and all of us are thugs and gang members and shit. We wouldn't like that, because especially if you're the complete opposite of that. So anytime we generalize a whole gender or a whole race, it's just ignorance on our part, because you're just looking at it from one point of view. And, really, when you haven't even been out there like that and haven't been exposed to other black women or other black men, then you really can't generalize it. You can say, well, what I've experienced within my community is what I feel like, is the majority, but you can't put that on an entire race or entire gender. So, that's basically, my answer to that when you was asking, why do we see this? We see this a lot within, black women. And it's the same with black men. We tend to have a little bit of more style, a little bit of more, I try not to use this word, but, a little bit more swag and everything. That's just us. We have that about us. So we black people tend to have a little bit more rhythm than everybody. It's just in us. So, that just comes with the territory. It's part of us, and it's probably not even going nowhere. But that's my answer to that. Then you asked me a question. You were saying, well, if there are, good black women out here and women who know how to submit and, et cetera, just overall good black women, where are they at? Well, they're all around. A lot of times us as black men, again, we, focus on the chick that is in our community, that's all we're around. That's all we feel comfortable approaching. We'll be biased, like just men in general, we'll go after the chick just with the pretty face or the fat ass or, a nice body, and we're not really listening and understanding who she is as a woman. A lot of times you can save yourself a lot of stress and a lot of drama just getting to know someone, instead of just, getting your dick hard and trying to fuck somebody. Get to know a woman. Listen to her. Observe her. Watch her move. Watch her body language. Watch how she reacts to certain situations. And when you do that, that can cut out a whole bunch of time, because if you see something that's a fault or something that you're not willing to deal with or is a big problem for you, then you can say, cut it off right then and there. I don't want to deal with it. That way you don't get into this big, long relationship, or, you end up having sex with the woman and you're really not interested in her, and, you can't get rid of her. And then when, she come after your ass, or she bust your windows out and all that, get all in your face with the whole attitude, you want to say black women ain't shit. And it's the same thing for black women. Don't generalize all black men. These are the type of men you're picking. And it's the same thing with black men. These are the type of women you're picking. Go outside, start looking for women that, are in school, have a relationship with the Lord. And I'm not saying all women that are religious, are goody two shoes and they're just great people, because you have some of the biggest hypocrites that stay right in church. But I'm saying you run more of a greater chance of finding someone with substance, and someone that, is gonna tend to your needs and know how to submit. Because when you go into the Bible, I forgot the actual scripture, but there's a scripture that tells women to be submissive. So when you go into that environment, a lot of times the women are working on are already willing to submit to their man, as long as he's taking care of his responsibility. So, you just gotta change the area you're in, change the environment you're always going in. You're meeting all your women in the club, or shaking her ass somewhere, it's some little trifling kickback where everybody's smoking weed and getting drunk. Well, your chance to find a woman of substance and someone that is going to fit you well is very slim. And it's the same thing with women going into those environments. I'm not saying you can't find a good person in those environments, but it's very slim. You just got to start looking for women that can bring something to the table. Nobody's perfect, but you gotta go out there and you just gotta try different avenues. Try going to maybe like a poetry line. Sometimes there's a lot of good women there. A woman that's in school. Like I said, a woman that has a relationship with the Lord. A woman who maybe does some humanitarian work. They're out there. There's a lot of good black women out there. Just a lot of times we look them over for the same things that women look a lot of good brothers over. A lot of times women looking for the brother that's a baller, got all this money, and he's got to have this type of education, and have to have 6-7 figures coming in. And guess what? When they don't find that, they're saying niggas ain't shit, niggas don't do this, niggas ain't this. But really, there's a lot of good black men out there. It's just you're looking over the man that might be a garbage man, or might be a manager at Walmart or something like that. They might not be making a lot of money, but they're good men. And I've had a previous video about this. There's a lot of good brothers out there, and there's a lot of good black women out there. It's just we have to open our eyes, and stop letting the media and our surroundings tell us what we should be with. Don't look for a woman to be a trophy. You don't want a woman that, she looks good and she's got a banging body, fat ass, big titties and all that, but she's a fucking bubblehead. She has nothing going on in the top of her head. You have to really watch that with women. If you don't like an attitude, these women, when listen to her, watch her. Watch how she reacts to confrontation. People are going to tell you who they are before you even ask. So, you just have to pay attention to these things. It's a lot of times we don't pay attention. We looking at something else and we focus on something else. But, that's my response to you, man. I don't know if the other brothers are going to make a response to you, but I feel like, I should. And, that's pretty much it. Good video, on your part. And that's it. This ain't no beef or nothing like that. It's just a debate. We just 4 different brothers who experience different things, and all of us can learn from each other. But that's it. Y'all comment, rate, subscribe, and all that good stuff. I'm out, y'all. Peace.